the stove, cooking crack like grits. Got this vibe on a tippy toe, struggling in a pit. LA live, I'm staying at the lows with this Hollywood bitch. Got a 9 and a snub nose, can't wait to let it hit. Pull up with a stick, I pull up with a stick. I pull up with a pink toe, whipping, she sucking it deep. I put some diamonds on her toes, let her hold on and I'm rich. We was used to pulling kick doors, you can still call it a leak. Broken can't be fixed, when the names is spent the nick. How you pull that don't make sense. I made a whole mile off an inch. I had 99 problems, I just scratch your heart through this. Got some means and winnings, all on down my neck, cause a quarter brick. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put Prada on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow, and my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like a Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these hoes ready to like pig. Condo like the pharmacy, I got codeine in my fridge. Bestie, I just hit my friend, told her catch me. I'ma lick her skin, she so precious. Might not fuck again, she too messy, but hit and no flex. Rose gold on a mess, drop 210, car game with no 10. You don't gotta, you the dough, you can hop in front of tip, boy, 9 in the vent, like by dying and get spent. I got 2 B's on my bosses and a 30 in a bit. I know niggas greater than million, still didn't tell 12 shit. I got skeletons in my closets and they scared of me and shit. Miss Margella's under the bed, screaming rock me kid. I put water on my head and she got CC. Couple ops played dead and they still got hit. I done bent lil' mama's spine, but it still ain't my kid. Only reason I use my line is cause she drank my spit. No cap. I've been getting it since a toddler, I keep dollars on my head. Been a real one is my motto, handle my problems, I ain't scared. I put Prada on my collar, cause she proud of what I said. I'm a leader, I got on follow, and my footsteps like the feds. I shoot like a Montana, chop up bullets, make them shit. Black on black, new phantom in the backseat sipping red. Bitch, I'm from Atlanta with these.
Today, we're going to talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, our projected number 11 seed in the upcoming college football playoffs. And let's cash another squad ride. This is Behind the Lines. Well, Jovan, the Orioles have now lost 7 games in a row. What a fucking joke. 15-31, more than 15 games under 500. You just got swept by the Nats. I haven't seen the Nats sweep a team, let alone the Orioles, I don't think in my lifetime. I'm all for reading a good book in the off season when your fucking feet are in the sand and you don't have a baseball game to worry about. Mid-season when you got a 6 ERA, fucking lock in, buddy. Put the books down. Grab a baseball. Hit the fucking treadmill, Trevor.
Which the Cubs are a team where if you give them like a single-pronged approach, simple approach at the plate, they can only key in on one pitch, which with Mick Abel is exactly what you have to do. They have been demolishing those pitchers every single time they see it. They ain't stopping now. I'm buying in. We're seeing a shootout.
320 feet. I could hit a ball that far. I mean, when do we normalize celebrating pop-ups? Aaron Judge, typical me guy move. Hitting a nuke there instead of just putting the ball in play. And look, he didn't make the dimensions of the park, but he decided to play in them, and that shit pisses me off.
I got too much to live, no time to forget. New chrome, yeah, I got this shit on my head. You grown, shit, no, I don't got time for this. Alone, you just want something.
What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday. What is that? What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 738 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your 2 hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. Cannot wait for Pickett at the Park next weekend. It's going to be fire up there in New York. Goodness gracious. That threw me off. That threw me for a loop. I don't get thrown off very often, folks. And that threw me off. Unbelievable, and I can't even address it.
You want to read it?
No, I can't read it, remember?
Oh, I mean, you can read it if you want to.
I could if I want to give away more money to some Bezos.
That's why it's up there. You know, read it.
407 just really bad.
How would you like to read it?
No, I don't want to give you that satisfaction of having it said out loud, but it's just really bad. Really, really bad. It's a bad org.
No, you know who's a bad org is the Rays, who pull Blake Snell early and lose World Series. You know who's a bad org? The Orioles, who haven't won a World Series since Mom Pa were born. You know who's a good fucking franchise? The goddamn Washington Nationals, who have won a World Series in 2019. Ligma. W. Nick. The Washington Nationals, Goots. Kiss my ring. 2019. Yeah, I'll say it.
We got him, folks.
The Orioles fucking suck ass, and they
We
lose.
got him, folks.
That's what the graphic should say. You know what it could say? The Rays are fucking broke, and they're playing in the Yankees minor league stadium right now. Broke Boy McGee's. I'm going to start calling them the Tampa Bay Broke Boy McGee's.
That's 3, folks. That's 3.
Yeah, it's got to be 4.
Is that 4? How's
That's
that 4?
3. That's 3. I don't
We
want
have
to.
1 on
4.
Monday, 1 on Night Sweats on Monday.
I don't want to hear any other word about it.
Was
We
there
might have
any
to take
last
that to
night
New
that I
York.
don't know about?
That's 3. It was
That's
2
3.
before the show today. Now it's 3. 2 + 1 = 3. Learn math.
There were 2 there.
No, there were not 2 there. That's 1 fucking rant.
1 rant.
No.
I'm giving him 3. I'm not giving him 4.
That's 3.
Unreal.
It's $150 I have to give away for nothing. You guys teams are quail shit. You, Jovan, and you Goots. Quail shit.
No, he's quail shit. James
Money
Wood's
well
quail
spent.
shit.
Money
James
well
Wood
spent.
quail shit.
Goodness gracious. Tampa Bay fucking Mickey Mouse McGee's. Tampa Bay Broke Boy McGee's. Broke Boy McGee's. Unbelievable. YouTube chat, how we doing? Let me hear you scream. I see you guys right now lurking. We got Mr. Muggs, Curry of Pounds, Andrew. We got John Q. We got Dennis. We got Mr. Muggs lurking. Sure we can. I got the Twitch chat up as well. Let me check for any additional subbies here to start out the show. Nope. No subbies yet. No subbies yet. That's okay. Chad, how we doing? Happy Wednesday. Let's have a day. We are officially 1 month out from legitimate college football. We are 1 month away from Texas, Ohio State. Cannot wait for that. And I think we've got, even less of a wait for that Ireland game as well. We are so close to football. We've got preseason football on tomorrow night. We've got Taylor Heineke playing football tomorrow night. We are so close. We are so close, folks. I cannot wait. Jovan, say one cool thing about football that you're excited about.
Starts tomorrow. Real one's been getting involved for the last couple weeks now over, what is that, up north in Canada?
That is north, yes.
States coming.
Let me check real quick. Yep, up north in Canada. CFL has been warming us up, and people forget how fucking dialed in, how absolutely dialed in we've been on the preseason the last 2 years. The last 2 years. When I'm on the plane later today, I'm going to check the Carfax. I'm going to go through my old tweets and try to find the old record for the preseason. I know last year it was fucking elite. The year before that, it was solid as well. We're not messing around, chat. The season starts tomorrow. NFL season, people could say it starts, in a month and a half. Nope. It starts tomorrow. Preseason, lock in. If you're that dialed, you can cash in the preseason, and we will be. We will be. Cannot wait for tomorrow night's game. But first, we got a lot to talk about today, folks. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars we got to go over. We're going to talk our projected number 11 seed in the upcoming college football playoffs. And then tomorrow, obviously, tomorrow, not going to lie, going to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off on this one. Not going to be able to do BTL tomorrow. Not going to be able to do BTL tomorrow. I'm going to go boots on grounds to the Commanders training camp. Got offered some tickets. Cannot turn it down for my buddy, who's a season ticket holder. And tomorrow is season ticket holder only day. So hopefully it's a little less crowded, and hopefully I can get some good content at the Commanders training camp.
Yeah, it's all right because there is legitimately 3 baseball games tomorrow.
Okay, so maybe that's meant to be.
Yeah, meant to be. I think or at least I'll still try and do some stream or something. I need to win a natty with somebody. We'll figure out when we're doing that.
I'd love to see it. I would love to see you hold it down.
We gotta have a camera on you at all times. If any Nats trades goes on and you mention them, that counts.
Dude, it's the coolest thing that happened to your franchise is one of your players taking a picture with a cow.
Okay.
Stadium last week. I don't want to hear it.
He went yard right after that. That was goated.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I am King Cole coming in, dropping a follow. Sure he can. We got Ron Dope coming in, dropping a resub for the peeps. Attaboy. Attaboy. I am King Cole, first-time chatter, dropping a follow. He says, Fetty/Braves sold yesterday, SMH. Yeah, that was a misfire. Why don't we go and get to the recaps here? Let's go and get to the recaps. Squad ride yesterday, push and pay.
Push and pay.
Yep. Push and pay. Could have been worse. Could have been better. There was times I thought this was the worst bet of all time. There was times when I thought it was about to hit by 10 runs. Weird game.
Really weird game.
Weird game. Yeah.
Will Smith could have saved us, gotten the extras, but he wanted to be a hero. Good for the square. Really bad for the over.
Ooh. Yes. And I'm now hearing that the training camp tomorrow got moved up an hour. I need to text my buddy that really quick because that is not good. Might have to be waking up at the crack acid dawn tomorrow to go to this Commanders camp. 3 things I'm looking forward to at Commanders camp for tomorrow real quick. I want to see this Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt kid. Everybody's acting like he's Marshawn Lynch. I cannot wait to see him in action. I need to see if Debo's fat or not. Every day I see something new. Is Debo fat? Is he fat bastard from that movie Austin Powers, or is he having an 8-pack and out there running great routes? I see something new every day. I'm gonna go find out myself. And then number 3, what's Terry doing? I'm assuming he's still being Vibes guy. He's probably hanging around in shorts. His agent's been there this entire week as well, so they're obviously working on the deal. He's not just there to fuck around and hang out with the team. Let's be real here. If his agent is in town, who represents a lot of other players, they're working on the deal this week. I think they get it done this week. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Those are the 3 things I'm looking out for. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I think he could be the next Marshawn Lynch. Is Debo fat? And Terry McLaurin. I cannot wait. I'll give you guys all the updates tomorrow. But we got to talk the Jags here in a second. After we recap the Sharp report from yesterday, let's take a peep and see how we did overall. Well, Jovan, you actually had a pretty solid day, 3-2. Nothing to write home about, but we take it.
Yeah, take that, please.
Not my best day. 2-2-1. If my math checks out there. Pretty blown about the Lodolo Square, one of the worst squares in the history of squares. And the squad ride still somehow pushed. So maybe that's a blessing. Maybe that's lucky. We'll take it. The Braves' first 5 plus a half was too cute. That was a Krabs MLB play from 2 years ago that just simply doesn't hit. Too cute. That was a trap. I walked right into it. Seth Lugo, though.
Yeah, at least you got half of that.
Got lucky there. Yep, and the Red Sox were a wager of day. So that should have been the squad ride, but I digress. Should have put that puppy in there instead of the over, but we move and we groove. Okay, Jovan 3-2, great work.
Yeah, Cubs and Mets are just horrid programs. Shout out Tigers, though. Shout out SBR.
Go Tigers. Yep. All right. Why don't we hop right into it and talk a little bit about the Jacksonville Jaguars? No need to beat around the bush today. Let's lock right in so we have some time to talk about some MLB games for today. Let's talk about the Jaguars. A lot of hype, at least from some sharp people around the Jaguars, as there probably should be, right? So you steal the offensive mastermind from your Bucks. Unfortunately, Jovan, Liam Cohn, he's coming over as the head coach. I think that is huge for this offense. I think it's going to unlock the best out of Trevor Lawrence. And as a Trevor Lawrence dynasty fantasy football owner, I'm excited. I really am. I think their offense is going to be really good. Now, we'll see about their defense, but their offense will be solid. I think it'll be the best year Trevor Lawrence has had in the NFL, and he's had some decent years. They bring in De'Ami Brown. I don't know how much that's going to help. They bring in Travis Hunter. That's a coin flip, in my opinion, how he does offensively. You guys know how I feel, how he's going to play defensively, but offensively, I think there's a chance he could do something. I do think by the end of the season, you're going to see him probably only play in one position, and it'll probably be receiver, if I had to guess. I don't think he's going to be able to play both the entire year. If he does, I will eat my words. That'll be extremely impressive. But in his rookie year, it's already hard enough. You're telling me he's playing both sides of the ball. I'm not buying it. I think he ends up just being a receiver for the majority of his rookie year. Maybe does a little bit. Certainly helps. And obviously your guy, Brian Thomas, Jovan, that's the real piece in this offense who's fucking just dialed. After a great season last year, I mean, the sky's the limit for Brian Thomas Jr. in the Big 2-5. He's probably going to ball once again. They beef up the O-line a little bit. They got a new center, a new right guard. That's huge. Their O-line should be pretty solid. It's nothing to write home about, but, average. Their defense, a little sketchy. I like some of the pieces they've already had. So obviously, Trevon Walker's pretty solid. I'm a Darnell Savage guy. He's a Terp. Really good as well. I don't love their defense. I don't know if they made enough improvements. And Cam Little is their kicker. You guys know I love talking about the special teams here. Beamer ball. Cam Little, nothing to write home about, but nothing to really bitch about too much either. So, Jovan, what am I missing here about the Jacksonville Jaguars? What are you seeing? Do you like any of the new additions? Do you think the new coach moves needle? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely think that Liam Cohn moves the needle for a big reason. Because, On the offensive side of the ball, they're going to be better. I don't think that's really a question. I think that's an objective fact at this point. But the defense is still a little iffy. They made a couple ads that I think will move the needle a little bit, like in the trenches, and they didn't really make too many other ads than that. I think some of the younger guys that they drafted can like make a little difference, but maybe that's further down the line. But the offense is going to be better, and it's for a specific reason. It's not just because Liam Cohn is an offensive mastermind that did his work with Baker and revived his career, so now he's going to revive T-Law's career, but what he does like works really well with what they were missing, because Baker, as good as he was, like throwing the ball downfield, like a lot of the focus for the offense last year was throw the ball short so you have that, I don't know, deep ball game working. He had like the third most yards at the line of scrimmage or within like 10 yards in all of the NFL. In the last like 3 years, I just saw a tweet conveniently this morning that Trevor Lawrence is dead last in the NFL of all the quarterbacks that have started that long, which we talked about this a little bit last year, especially when you're talking like game to game. The issue with that offense, like, not to throw it like completely off of Trevor, because he's like I don't know, Justin Herbert Jr. with the ifs and what ifs, because so it's not his fault, but it's been his fault, like I guess in the media a lot more than Justin Herbert's, which never makes sense to me. But regardless of that, like the offense was so one dimensional at times, like you would have no underneath option on any of the plays, which was part play design, part just like the personnel that they had wasn't really suited for that, especially when Evan Ingram went down. So like now that you have an offense that not only is going to be built to have a better run game, which obviously you didn't have last year, but you're also going to be giving Trevor Lawrence an actual option, like to run through his progressions through more than just 20 yards down the field. That's perfect for him. So like, I think he's going to have a huge year, especially when you have the weapons that are around him and Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas, and the running backs I think are going to get better, not just Tank Bigsby or your guy Tootin, but everybody's sleeping on ETN too, because people don't remember Rashad White, horrible runner of the football. If you had him in fantasy, how many PPR points did you get last year for a majority of the season? Because it was a lot. And Tank Bigsby cannot catch the ball. Tootin can catch a little bit, and I don't think he'll play that role right away, but ETN, that's the one thing he's damn good at. So I think this offense is going to be goated, and I think it's perfect. It's like next year's ceiling year.
Good enough to make the playoffs?
Maybe not this year.
Okay. They are plus 175 to make the playoffs. It's probably about right. Not too short, not too long.
Because of the division.
Well,
yeah. I mean, again, we talked about this with the Titans. Like in this division, one thing goes wrong. Like, not that you're hoping for this, but like an injury to Stroud, books open, like something like that. The margins are pretty slim in the AFC South. So it's never say never for pretty much all four of those teams.
Yep. 24 No Lay says better bet to win the division than make the playoffs. Yeah. I don't know if I see them sneaking in as a wild card team. If they make it, they probably do win the division. Okay. Yeah. Might be better luck at plus 300. Pretty good point there from 24 No Lay. All right. Let's talk about our best bets for this upcoming season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Shocker. How about Travis Hunter, less than 1.5 interceptions? Guys, this square has been up on Prize Picks for almost as long as I've been born. Not for months, marinating. It was actually the first square to go up in the NFL season-long category this season. First square to go up. It's been up the entire time. It's actually minus 150 to the under on the books, and it's still just sitting there. You know why it's sitting there, Jovan? You want to take a guess? Because nobody in the right fucking mind is fading him besides me and the people that I can convince in this chat. And we're going to make coins on it. That's the craziest part. Travis Hunter, bless his heart. Cool kid, great energy, positive, always smiling. No qualms, no problems with him besides the school he went to. Going to be a really good wide receiver in the NFL. As good as Brian Thomas? No. As good as De'Ami Brown? Probably about that good. Probably a pretty good receiver. Solid. Cornerback? I need to see it. And if you think he could just walk into the NFL as a rookie and play both sides of the ball like he's at Colorado, playing that weak-ass schedule, and they barely can go 500. People forget that as well. If you think he can just walk into the NFL as a rookie and play both sides of the ball like he's him, you're wrong. You're wrong. It's a pipe dream. He's going to get exposed. Exposed. And if I see any more graphics from the books about him getting interceptions in the Big 2-5, I might have to just send a two-piece and put Shador less than game started and Travis Hunter less than 1.5 interceptions for $1,000 and go about my day. I'm about this close.
That'd be electric.
He ain't getting two. Shit, he ain't even getting one, bro.
He's probably getting one. He'll get one.
If I could take a less than half demon, and by the way, Prize Picks, why can I not take less than demons? Come on. It's 2025. Put those up on the boards.
Literally just for Krabs.
I would take it. I would take that in my season long. The demon less than half. The demon less than a half, I would take it.
Dude.
Guys, their defense is not their strong suit. He is going to get exposed. If he had an elite defense around him and he didn't have to be the guy, I would have maybe other thoughts. But he's got his hands full. Playing offense and defense as a rookie in the NFL in the Big 2-5? Are you kidding me? You're asking for him to get hurt. You were asking for him to get hurt. Jovan, thoughts?
No, man. That if you've noticed the last couple of years, not even just in the NFL, but really across all sports, that if there's like a weird category square or a square that has been up for months before everything else, and it's the only one in the category, that has to have hit at maybe a 10% rate. It's really bad. So that is definitely the one for this year that stands out on the board. That's been there for years now. So I'm with you on that.
Oh, yeah. Now talk about Trevor and why he's going to be him.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much talked about it a little bit. Like the offense the last couple of years has been, I mean, basically asking him to be Superman. It's just like he has to make all these reads down the field with no underneath options. So like, no shit, that's a horrible situation for a quarterback to be in. And the play calling never really got there. Add in what now is like an actual crutch of a run game. The first, like, I think well-schemed run game that the Jags have really had. They didn't really have one with ETN, even when he was good his rookie year, but probably the first one since they went to the playoffs with Leonard Fournette. So like they haven't had that, obviously, since in the Trevor Lawrence era. So that's been the last handful of years. But now you get it, and you get a crutch of a run game with a short game and something that allows Trevor Lawrence to really go through his progressions fully on the field. So I think he's going to have a great year. He's thrown for 4K twice, and all of the if Trevor Lawrence can stay healthy, like comments are so like I don't know if we're as like a community like delusional about when Trevor Lawrence's health, but he's played 16 or more games in 3 of the 4 seasons. And last year he only played 10, and he would have came back for more if they were not tanking. So he's a lot healthier than people I think realize on the surface. He does not miss that many games. So like when he's healthy, he's throwing for this number, and he went over this. Last year was the only year that he actually went under this number. So you're going to do that right back again. And I think he's going to set his career high in passing yards this year and go for, I think that would be just over like 4,100 to set his career high.
Wow. Dude, I'm so in. I'm kind of buying into this Jags offense. Defense, another story, but I think Trevor Lawrence gets a little more disrespect than he probably should. You add Liam Cohn into the folds. I think you're going to see the best out of Trevor Lawrence. A lot of untapped potential there for him. What is this, year 4, year 5 for Trevor Lawrence?
Year 5.
Okay. I'm buying in. I'm with you, Jovan. Sharp. More than passing yards. That's a boatload of passing yards, and for good reason. And great time to back him coming off his injury season. Last year was his injury season. He ain't getting hurt 2 years in a row. Knock on wood.
Yeah, and I mean he got hurt twice last year too, and one of them like it wasn't like a Trevor Lawrence health thing. He got drilled in the head on a late hit and was concussed. So it's like again, he would have that was the second one. So like he would have came back for a couple games from that, but they were tanking. So what are you gonna do?
Like you said, are we going to be doing fantasy breakdowns again this year? Do you guys want fantasy breakdowns, or you guys just want betting stuff? Don't just say yes or no, because I'll be confused what you mean. Do you want fantasy content again this year? If you do, drop fantasy in the chat. If you want more just betting talk, just drop betting in the chat. I'm curious. I'm curious if people care about fantasy talk or not. I really am. Because I know nobody gives a shit about our fantasy teams. But do you guys care about our analysis to help you guys and help benefit your guys' teams?
I would like to mention something. I mean, last year, both of you helped greatly for me winning fantasy games. What?
Turn around, look at your TV.
I know. I saw it.
No Rhino shout out. It's 3-0.
I already put it in the chat. I'm busting.
Okay, good. Keep going.
We're on fire right now. I'm used to it, you know?
Dudes.
I'm used to it.
What I'm saying is your guys' fantasy talk last year was good, especially like sleepers with Brian Thomas and all that. Like helped me greatly. So I appreciate both of you for that.
Yes. We are actually really good at the fantasy football analysis. Trying to figure out how to lean into it more, if it makes sense. What do you think they said in the chat? Do they want more of it or no?
Chuba was just so underrated from Krabs.
I mean, again, I've not heard a single compliment. A single flower has not been delivered to my door. No calls to 1-800-Flowers. Nobody talks about the Chuba Hubbard call of 2024. One of the sharpest, smartest calls out of the 8 billion people on fucking planet Earth. Nobody gives a shit.
That was unreal.
Nobody gives a
Just
shit.
unreal. Dude, if you
Chuba
took
Hubbard, I said, you know what? They're drafting this guy. They got this guy back there. They got 7 guys. Their offense sucks. Their offense does suck. But guess what? Chuba Hubbard doesn't.
I can't tell you how many people I saw with full fantasy lineups of like just all the BTL goats, like Chuba, Bucky, Brian, even like fucking Jonnu Smith was goated. Jonnu Smith like actually won me my league in one of them, which was nuts.
Mook said Chuba won me my league last year. Thank you. Also, Brian Thomas, like you're saying. Bucky Irving as well. I said draft JD5. I said JD5 was going to be the best fantasy quarterback in fantasy football. Pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
You guys thought I had 100 eyeballs in my head when I gave that take. 100 eyeballs. Nope, I got 2. I'm right. How about it? 2 eyeballs.
How many teams do you have Aubrey on last year, Krabs?
Every single one.
I was about to say.
Every single one.
You didn't leave without him once.
No. And he was fucking goated. I made a video. I said he's gonna win you your league. He won me my league. He won me one of my leagues. Literally.
Unreal.
Kicker. Oh, I hope you guys listen in the Big 2-5. Some of you guys listen in the Big 2-4. I hope you guys run it back. Need the fantasy talk? Okay. We can do it. Just insane calls. Mook said I had JD5, Chuba, Bucky, Brian, and Jonnu. I walked to the championship. Yeah. You know why, Mook? Because you trusted. You listened and you believed.
Yeah, I feel like Jonnu might have sneakily been some of my best work.
Yes, it was.
That was
69 nights that I had Chuba, Bucky, 1-2 punch in my league. Yeah, you probably won. He said it was cracked. Attaboy. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Enough talking about how elite we were with our fantasy football takes last year that nobody cares about. Nobody was talking about it. Let's move on. W best bets here for the Jags, Jovan. Let's talk about some college football here for a sec, huh?
Sure.
Let's talk about our projected number 11 seeds for this upcoming college football playoffs. I talked about Georgia Tech. Again, another 100 eyeball take. We'll see how that one pans out. Another 100 eyeball take. I have Georgia Tech beating Clemson in the ACC championship. But I have Clemson beating Georgia Tech in the regular season, by the way. I'm not seeing many losses for this Clemson team in the Big 2-5. And again, it's a pretty popular take for the Sharps. It is. Everybody with the brain that works is sniffing out Clemson and how short their odds are to win the ACC and how stacked their team is. Let's just break it down real quick. A couple pieces that I like from the squads before we really dive into my best bet here. Dude, this running back that they have, who's a freshman, potentially could be better than who's the guy who they had last year? I'm blanking on his name.
Phil Maffa.
Maffa was good, but he was hurt all the time. Stud, but hurt. This kid, Gideon Davidson, of course, he's from Virginia as well, and probably didn't even give VT a look. Kid's a stud. Remember the name, Gideon Davidson. He's going to be their starting running back right off the rip. He's good. The rest of their squad, pretty much all homegrown guys. Guys who have been there waiting, learning the offense, been backing up guys over previous seasons, but some seriously talented dudes. Brian Westgale I really like. Antonio Williams I like. TJ Moore should be solid in the sophomore season. Their O-line will be solid again, and their defense is good. This is a make-or-break year for Dabo. If he doesn't do something this year, he's officially on the hot seat. Doesn't matter how many 90s he won. It's facts. If he can't win in 2025's ACC, questions need to be asked. Big year for Dabo. Big year. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't think they win the ACC title, which, again, that might end up benefiting them in the playoffs because I don't like teams to win their conference championship and then win the Natty, right? That might be a good thing for this team and their Natty champ hopes, right? I do think they lose to Georgia Tech in the ACC championship. Crazy take, I know, but we'll see how it plays out. I do think this team goes damn near undefeated. Pretty fucking close in the regular season. They are minus 170 to make the college football playoffs. If you're into laying juice, could be a decent look because I don't see a world where they miss it. Knock on wood. I don't. And maybe my Georgia Tech take is wrong, and maybe they just fucking cakewalk to the ACC championship and they win that puppy as well. Could certainly happen. They're plus 105 to win the ACC, folks. You don't see that. You don't see odds that short, especially for a team as mid as Clemson in the last couple of years. But they have the best quarterback in college football. They have a coach who has his back against the wall, and they have a ton of returning talent. That's a big 3 right there, if I've ever heard of it. That is a big 3.5. And I'm buying into Clemson, maybe not as the ACC champs, but I have them making the college football playoffs and making a run in the college football playoffs. And they do have the best quarterback in college football in Cade Klubnik. If you disagree, you are wrong. Jovan, am I missing anything here?
No, not too much. I'm in on them. I still don't know if I get the connection of them almost going undefeated or going undefeated, and you have them at 11.
Yep, because they're going to lose the ACC title, and that's going to knock them down a couple spots.
11?
Yep.
Fat.
You can't say the ACC sucks and then say, on the other hand, if they lose the ACC title, that they should be higher than 11. You can't have
one loss.
Yeah.
With one loss, I will put anything I own to say that they will not be a double-digit seed.
I feel like we're just nitpicking here.
No, I was just we're trying to talk here because I agree with you. I agree with you in the sense that I like Clemson and I'm with you, and they could go undefeated, but they'll be higher, which will be good.
If they go undefeated, I think it hurts their chances in the playoffs.
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
I do. Maybe a loss would be good for them.
Yeah, they'll probably pick up 1 or 2.
We can debate on where they should be seated. You might be onto something there. Maybe it's a little bit too low. Okay, but there's one thing I do know, Jovan. His team ain't losing 2 games. Nope. Best bet in the Big 2-5 for Clemson. Over 10.5 wins at plus money. They got the 9.5 on all the books. Super juicy. You can only find the over 10.5, which is really just an 11 plus wins on one book because they don't want to give you that option of plus chicken on the other books. I wonder why. They want you to lay the minus 180 or the minus 200 on some places for their over 9.5 wins, which I think is a great fucking look as well. If you're into laying juice, look into it. Put 2 units on that puppy to make 1, and you're probably in business, knock on wood. I'll take a little bit of a riskier play. I do think it fucking smacks. And again, would not be shocked if this team goes undefeated in the regular season. Would not be shocked one bit. Really wouldn't.
Sure.
Over 10.5 wins at plus chicken. That gives us a little bit of a buffer. If they end up, having a shit game or they drop 1, or maybe I'm wrong about how, the ACC title plays out. Maybe Clemson loses Georgia Tech in the regular season and then they get their leg back in the championship, right? I could see that. I could see it. I'm open to it. Happen. I'll give them a buffer here. I like this. Locking it in, still plus chicken. You could take them plus 420 to go undefeated, or you could take them plus 120 and you get a little bit of a buffer in case there's any fuck-ups or mistakes. They're only kids. They're not pros. Only kids, right?
Of course.
I like the buffer. And I like them over 10.5 wins. Lock this puppy in a plus check.
Bang. Well, I'll take you to my 11 seed, who is the team they're going to beat week 1, the LSU Tigers, which I'm not as high, I guess, more than you, because I don't think you had them up here, but then like the rest of everybody, and part of that has to do with their schedule, because their schedule is tough. They have a couple of really tough spots, but the talent on this team is undeniable. And the Clemson / LSU hype is warranted to a degree, but it's also kind of by default, like we've talked about all the way through talking about our playoff teams. Like it's not just, the hype isn't just there because these teams are super talented. The hype is there because these are 2 of the only teams with established quarterbacks coming back out of the top echelon of teams this year, which is kind of weird. It's a weird year like that. It's really these 2 teams and then Penn State with Drew Aller. So, like, of course, everybody's going to be somewhat high on these teams. LSU out of the 3 teams, I think, is the one that has their schedule working the most against them. But, like, the talent on this team, again, still goes a lot beyond Nussmeier. I think this wide receiver room, like, I don't know if it's going to be like Alabama Devontae Smith like year level crazy, but I think looking down the line, especially when we get a couple years deep and some of these guys are in the NFL, I think this has the chance to be just a generational wide receiver room. Again, probably not as good as like Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in one room, but Aaron Anderson is an absolute dog. He's the one that's coming back there, the non-new face. Same with like Chris Hilton, who's a dog, and they bring in Nick Anderson from OU, Barry Brown from Kentucky. So, like, this wide receiver room is fucking stacked. So, Nussmeier, as good as he is, you give him that wide receiving core, plus, like, Caden Durham, who started to come on last year as a freshman and is super talented. Like, the offense is going to be good. But, again, they run into a couple spots, especially, like, in road games. Like, you were talking about how they were going to perform. at home against Texas A&M. That's probably I don't know if easiest is the right word, but when I look through their schedule, that's one of the spots I have more hope for them than some of these other spots, including like the Clemson game to start off the year. But I still think this is a good 9-3 team that probably gets the nod. I think they're going to be the team that is in talks with a lot of the, I don't know, SMUs of last year. I think that's going to be like a Big 12 team this year, whether it's a Baylor, a Utah, a Kansas State. One of those teams are going to be stuck there. And after SMU getting the nod over the SEC team last year, the SEC is going to get the benefit of the doubt this year, and they're going to be right on the edge there, see who gets in, who gets out. But still think this is a team that sneaks into the playoffs as the last at large, I guess, because we're talking group of 5 champion at number 12.
Yeah, I see it. I'm really anti-LSU this year. They had so much luck last season. I'm a little bit concerned, but their roster is stacked. I'll give you that. And maybe they could squeak in with an auto bid, with a couple losses, right? They could.
Oh boy, Krabs.
Miles Straw just went to the yard. Krabs.
GG.
Okay. There goes $400.
There it goes.
Yeah. Dude, you didn't want to tell me as well that all those earned runs in the first inning were unearned?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Watch the game.
I'm producing your show, Krabs.
Dude, they're unearned.
Yeah.
All three.
Barrios's runs are unearned because Ernie Clement made an error. Yes.
Thank you.
It's just
Baltimore broke boys and the fucking Tampa, what did I call them? Tampa Bay.
Tampa no shits.
Should have called them. Unbelievable. Jovan, you guys don't even have your own fucking stadium. You're playing in the Yankees AAA stadium.
Krabs, there's a hurricane. What are we supposed to do?
Build a new stadium. It's the Big 2-5.
It's not possible. What do you mean?
The Amish involved. They do it every day.
No, dude.
They build barns in 3 hours. They can't build you guys a fucking makeshift stadium in a week.
I mean,
no,
Steinbrenner Field might as well be Nats Park. It's pretty much the same.
You can do it. I cannot believe Miles Straw just hit a nuke. I'm fucking pissed. I'm pissed. I was just looking at that lineup 30 minutes ago, thinking, wow, this might have been sharp second half of the season. Nope. That's probably why I fucking lost.
That is knock.
We got Crackadelic up and moving. We got a hype train up and moving, folks. You don't see that very often on a Wednesday afternoon in the dog days of summer. We got Sade Whiteman coming in hot, giving out a subby as well. Sade, you are him. Crackadelic, you are him. He says, talk about Illinois at some point, please. Very curious on your takes as a lifelong fan. No shot, I'm falling for it. Still more hope than trash Virginia Tech, though. Okay.
The way you snuck that in there.
Okay, Crackadelic. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong. YouTube chat needs some. What's up, Lex? I see the Miles Straws in the YouTube chat. I see him. I don't know why you guys are rooting for that, but I see him. Okay. Adam, nice try, brother. Nice try, my man. You got to be better than that. Fuck, dude. I'm pissed about Miles Straw.
Miles, fuck.
All right. Well, Jovan, people really want some early takes on the Diamond. They don't understand that if we had plays, we give them out. Any thoughts on the Red Sox, Twins, Arizona, Detroit?
No, not really.
Nope. If we had thoughts and plays, we give them to you guys. Think we were born yesterday? Come on.
Yeah, we're good. Good on those. Good on
They're
those games.
They're fiending for daytime plays. If you wanted a daytime play, you know what it was, the Orioles ML. I made a video about it and posted it on the feed.
NW video.
Here's your daytime play. Oh. All right.
Best bet, LSU. Might shock you, Krabs. But I'm taking them against UF. Week 3.
That shocked me a little bit.
Yeah. Love UF. Love Lagway. The schedule works against them, which is probably why you'll hear me slurping them a little less than everybody this season, a little bit, or at least a lot less than I was second half of the year last year when they kind of took everybody by surprise. But this effectively is DJ Lagway's like first big road game, because last year, the only like big road environment he got to step into was when Graham Mertz got hurt in the first half, and he was okay against Tennessee and took them to overtime where they ended up losing. He wasn't great though, but this is like the first big matchup on the road for DJ Lagway, which for any inexperienced quarterback, I like to fade those spots. But for this one specifically, especially because I think this is going to be a uber important game. Not that every game, a big game like this isn't for LSU this year, but I think they're going to lose to Clemson. They have a week to recuperate a little bit with a bye game against Louisiana Tech. Then you come back and you get Florida. I think if there's any big game that you do trust LSU in this year, I think it is going to be this one. So I like them in this game. I really hate to be anti-Lagway, anti-Florida, but this is probably one of the few games that I will actually feel confident about going on the other side of them this year. And yeah, I guess Lagway's health concerns are interesting, even though he's always in a walking boot. He was in a walking boot for weeks last year, but we'll see how he comes out and how healthy he is to start the year. I don't know how long that's going to linger, but definitely a question.
He was born with a walking boot.
Yeah.
Hey, no problem. He'll be all right. Couple questions, couple comments in the YouTube chat here. We got Joey Defo, Krabs. I'm 24 years old, but can you adopt me and take me under your wing? That's one of the weirdest things I've heard today.
Okay.
Joey, I don't know about adoption, but I can certainly try to help. I can try to help guide you in life.
Kind of a me guy move, not adopting. Okay.
All right. Jovan, do you think Billy Napier is a good coach? Chris is asking.
I do. Over the course of the last year, I really, I guess, gained a respect for him. And it wasn't just because they were winning games. Like, obviously, the results were there more than it has been his entire career at Florida. But if you, like, watch Florida, like, Lagway was cool, and the offense was great for the second half of last year. But what he did with that defense was unbelievable. Like, and it was a relatively shorthanded defense, too. They weren't fully healthy and really weren't all season. But he got them right against some really tough opponents, and they were playing hard. They were playing physical. That was the best Florida defense I've seen them play. Granted, it was a relatively shorter sample size because they were bad to start the year and ended up getting it together. But I haven't seen that UF defense, even though they've had plenty of NFL talent for a couple of years now. It's like what he schemed up with that defense, and obviously it wasn't all him. It was a lot on the DC and the defensive play calling there, but he took a big head in that. So yeah, I'm a Billy Napier guy.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks. He is in on Billy Napier. Not Shabazz Napier, but Billy Napier.
Legend, Shabazz Napier.
Jovan, cut the shit from Spicy 3 Abby. When are you announcing these Sorsby 300-1 Heisman ticket?
I mean, I wish he was on a better team. I hope he transfers after this year and goes to somebody. Yeah, probably will. Even though, like, I think since he's going to be decent this year, but that was the first bet I placed the second we landed in Chicago.
You know where I could see him going, and I want this on tape? After CJ Carr stinks it up this year, I could see him transferring up north, South Bend.
No.
CJ Carr ain't stinking it up, Krabs. Come on.
He reeks. I could smell him through the phone.
Come on, Krabs.
He reeks.
I don't know if Sorsby is a ND guy.
Yeah.
I think he would fit well. I don't know that they want to go back to
doing that every fucking year.
Yeah. The way that Marcus sounds, he wants homegrown quarterbacks. Sounds like he's kind of tired of that. And
that's the direction.
I think they have one for a couple years.
I want a winning lottery ticket, but it's a big 2-5, and you got to get the best players in the portal.
I think CJ Carr is going to be fantastic.
CJ Carr will have a much better year than Kyron Trent.
And the sky's blue. Good. Notre Dame quarterback.
I think Sorsby, if he transfers anywhere, it's probably going to be within the Big 12.
Okay. Wouldn't that be something? Would be cool revenge angle as well there, probably. Okay.
Yeah, would be pretty sick. He's such a perfect Big 12 quarterback.
This one is true.
Oh. See, the thing is, he doesn't know which one it is.
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know which one it is. I feel like this is a reaction for the other one.
Fuck it, I'll cash in another one. Which one is it? Is it my guy or is it the other one?
You gotta look for yourself.
Yeah.
Just fucking tell me, Gooch. Is it my
It's the reliever? It's the fucking reliever.
Thank fucking God.
He was there for 0.2 seconds.
He put head on a wall for Luis Garcia, the reliever.
For Junior, yes. You know that's my favorite player.
I know, but for the reliever, it wasn't Junior.
I don't care anymore. I'm recovering. Great move.
It's just.
Great move when we move. Great move when we move. That's 4, sure. I don't give a hoot. That's worth $50. Wow, that scared me. You sons of guns in chat. You sons of guns. I said yesterday on Sweats, I said, I guarantee you, money back guarantee. If something goes down on BTL tomorrow, it's been too quiet. Nothing major. We can work with that. Kaprizov, you're right. We're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. Bumgarner Jackson coming in re-7 for 34 months. Oh.
The additions in the chat are correct too, Krabs.
No comment at this time. No comment at this time. Okay.
What are the Angels
All right.
doing?
Let's move. Let's groove. Let's talk about some winners on the diamond. Oi. You in?
What?
Oi. Raise ML. How about it?
Just.
It's a gut play. It's a gut play. This is a field play into winner. Those are 3 things I know. Gut play, field play, and winner. Rays on the ML. Rays catching steam. Rays have lost 4 of their last 5. They're playing up there in the Bronx. They typically play the Yankees very well. They have not this series. And they've not been playing well of late. I think they get going here. I think Littell actually pitches pretty decent. Maybe not a no-hitter. But I don't think he's given up more than 5.5. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I think he pitches okay. And I think Will Warren stinks. I think he stinks. People act like, oh, he's okay. His K numbers are all right. No, he stinks. Watch him pitch. He stinks. He's got a 5 ERA. Nobody cares. Nobody's talking about it. I'm out on Will Warren. And I'm in the Rays lineup today. Give me the Rays as they continue to try to push for, potentially a playoff push here or a wild card. They're still hanging around, right? Plenty of time left. And let's just hope there's no fucking trades during this game or before this game from the Rays, because the Rays are always trading people, bringing people in, sending people out. They're always, buying and selling at the same time every deadline. Let's hope they can hold off for one more game tonight and make their moves tomorrow. So I love the Littell squares that are on Prize Picks. If you go take a peep at some of those squares for Littell, you'll probably buy in, at least for the one I'm going to talk about here in a little bit. It makes it seem like he might not throw a no-hitter complete game, but he might pitch pretty decent. Might not pitch that long, but he might pitch okay. And against the Yankees, without their, heart and soul Aaron Judge, who, by the way, is healthy as an ox apparently, and seems like they just gave him a fucking vacation. The guy's been hitting in the cages, working out. He's totally fine. I just don't understand it. Yeah, it has to be done, Jovan. But without him in the lineup, they got nothing. They got nothing. Bellinger's been carrying, but he cannot carry every single day for the rest of the fucking season.
Yeah.
And I think Littell, the veteran, gets the better of this Yankees lineup. And I'll take the Rays catching steam on the road down to plus 115. Give me the ML.
Yeah. I do have to say the Rays, I haven't seen them win a national TV game in years. This one's on MLB Network. It's just unbelievable.
Well,
but they are due. And I kind of agree with you. I think they're going to get to Warren. I guess we can go straight to my side. I think they're going to get to Warren, especially after the way they did it the first time, which was pretty key. This feels like, I said Joe Boyle was probably in for a walk fest yesterday, and what do you know he was? Classic Joe Boyle game. I think Warren's probably in for that today, because after seeing him the first time, they struck out like 7 or 8 times in that, but they destroyed him for a majority of the start. And it was because, like, Will Warren cannot command his fastball 7 times out of 10. So, like, the longer you wait for that, the longer you wait until you get one of his off-speed pitches that get crushed and he cannot command really to the corners. Like, it's why it's been getting hit so hard. So they're kind of sitting on off-speed. So, like, they're going to make Warren figure out that he can command his fastball well. And if they do that, they're going to jump all over that too, which is what they started to do at the tail end of that start to finally get him out of there. So I do think it's a bad start for Warren. Can add in the fact, funny narrative, that was probably the best auto Trent pulled last night. So he's probably going to get shelled. But I do not believe in Littell tonight. Also because it's like it's a homer-friendly park. He allows a lot of fly balls, a lot of hard contact. Most home runs, I think, of a qualified starter in baseball. So probably getting a couple short porch shots. Plus, the Rays bullpen is, after last night, destroyed. They haven't been very good, like, at all. But I don't know who's going to be available today, other than, like, if you get to late game and you need Fairbanks, he'll be there. Useda didn't pitch. He's going to give up a turkey if he comes in. He's god awful. And then Clevenger will probably be used for the top of that lineup for a couple of the lefties. But a lot of arms used like the last 2 days in that series. I think everybody pitched the last 2 days. So probably not a good spot late in the game for him if Littell doesn't give them too much depth, which is a concern. So I just went with runs.
Okay. Yeah, that concerns me a little bit then. We got some subbies coming in there, Jovan. We got Doodle Knight coming in resubbing. We got Baumgartner Jackson coming in resubbing. W's. Sure.
Got goats.
2 goats. Hell yeah. Top of the morning, afternoon, Red 2 from Team Comeback. He says, Ohtani with the shortest odds at a nuke, and you can ladder his Ks up to 8. What a time to be alive. Surely those hit. Surely those hit.
I saw Trent. Trent just tweeted he's never been more confident in Ohtani nuke. Saw that.
Oh, he struck out in every bat he had yesterday, I think.
Yeah. It was just
terrible.
Horrid performance from Ohtani.
Terrible. God, I can't even ask Goots about prospects right now. I can't even ask Goots about these prospects. This is quail shit.
He's just a journeyman. He's 26. He's been around the minors for a while. He's pitched 8 games for the Angels this year. He's not really that great. I don't really know what they think of him there.
No comment. No comment, but thank you. Okay. Swinging around, Gootsy. Want to go over another straight bet here? You got some nasty plays on your card, Jovan. I like them. I like those puppies. We'll come back to him. The under. Talk about a nasty play. Jesus. The under doesn't get more nasty than this. The under in the Rockies and the Guardians. Jovan, I'm no mathematician, but there's been about 1,000 runs in the first 2 games of the series. Give or take. About 1,000 runs. We had a 4-10 game yesterday. The day before that, it was 8-6. The Rockies actually won that game. Crazy. Good for them.
Yeah.
That's probably their win of the series. So I don't really think the Guardians lose this game. I do think Allard pitches pretty well, but I also think Freeland pitches well too. Go look at his earned run square. It's up there on Prize Picks. I think he pitches pretty decently with that 5.24 ERA. Maybe he lowers that puppy sub 4. Sure. I'm buying into Kyle Freeland with that weird earned run square. And I want to fade the offenses in a sleepy, rubber match, if you will, after 2 just offensive slugfests in the first 2 games of the series. With Kyle Freeland involved, I would have thought we'd see a total here at least at 8.5 in this game. We're seeing an 8, and now the juice is towards the under. Something smells fishy. Something smells off. This looks like one of the sharper, nastiest plays on the MLB slate. It's gross. Who the hell wants to take Allard versus Freeland under? After there's been legitimately 20 runs in the first 2 games of this series. 20 plus. Nobody on earth. And that's the exact spot you want to be in, folks. Take the under in this game. It's nasty. It's smacking. And we're going to hold our breath when the bullpens get involved.
Yeah, that's a filthy play from you, Krabs.
Nasty.
Filthy.
Nasty.
Man.
Good. What else you got over there?
Taking you to, I guess, Anaheim with the Rangers, who, shocker, already have lost the series, -145, I am certain, after last night's loss. And Patrick Corbin was on the bump. And now you've gotten to game 3 where the Rangers are trying to avoid the sweep, sure. But it's also, Evaldi is such a different pitcher right as it stands from obviously Corbin, but also DeGrom. Because, like, DeGrom, he uses fastball command a ton to get ahead in counts. Like, that sets up the off speed. Patrick Corbin is not as obviously from the other opposite side of the mound, throws from a lefty, but he also has been peppering them with cutter sinker, which they absolutely destroyed last night. So what happens when Nathan Evaldi comes in, who has been this year like extremely, not only has it been like his best weapon, we talked about it even last start, and I thought it wasn't going to be incredibly effective, and the Braves just whiffed it neat, but he's been using off speed a ton this year, and that's kind of the pitcher he's evolved to. The Angels have had no success against these pitchers. And again, just vastly different from the first 2 pitchers that they saw, and Patrick Corbin and DeGrom couldn't be 2 more different pitchers, but in that sense, they are kind of the same in the sense that you need that fastball command when Evaldi is quite the opposite. He uses off-speed command to set up the fastball. So now, not only am I kind of riding, I guess, the streak of how good he's been this year, but you're playing a strikeout-heavy Angels team, obviously, and a lot of that comes off of exactly what Evaldi throws to generate those strikeouts. So I think he's going to have a big day. I think they avoid the sweep, and Jose Soriano kind of feels similar to Warren, like one of those games. If you've watched any of Soriano's like really, really bad starts, a lot of that's command issues, and that forces him to throw stuff in the middle of the zone. The Rangers have been pretty patient as of late. They were working counts last night when they were fighting back to get in this game. They've been really, really patient over this hot streak, even when they haven't been putting up a large sample size of runs. So I think that's going to bite them in the ass today too. And the Angels after last night, I mean, they needed Kikuchi. I don't know how they sent him back out there for the 5th inning or the 6th inning, I guess it was, when he, I guess, topped out at almost 110 pitches. Like they pushed him because they needed that bullpen to save arms a little bit, and they still weren't really able to accomplish that. So late game, edge obviously Rangers, but I don't know if we'll really need that today.
I like it. I like it a lot. Fading Cal. Back in the Cardinals offense after just an abysmal performance yesterday against Sandy. Shutout. System play. Team total over.
Different game. But
Excuse
yes,
me.
we're talking Rangers.
Okay. I thought you already went over the Rangers, no?
No.
Okay.
Talking about the Yankees.
Sure.
The Rays.
Sure. Sorry, I was looking up this random McGee, who I'm not allowed to talk about. I mean, this is the worst punishment we've ever done on the wheel, by the way. We're never doing this again.
Generational punishment. Low-key.
We're never doing that again. I wouldn't wish this on my worst fucking enemy, especially this week. I mean, the worst time ever for this.
Some could argue best timing of year.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. We'll come back to that team total because I certainly want to talk about that one, Jovan.
Yep.
After that shutout. We'll come back to it in a second here. I got one more straight bet for you guys. Let's talk about it. Over. This is a Jovan play as well. Hopefully it gets your cosign. Over. After we've gotten screwed the first 2 games of the series, Jovan, has to be done.
Has to.
Has to be done. Yep. Did you hear a bell? I didn't.
I never hear a bell out there, Krabs.
I didn't hear shit. Over. 9.5. High total once again. Shocker. The totals are going to be high because the fucking ball absolutely flies in this park. A couple other reasons, though, why I like this. Number one, Jeffrey Springs sucks. Sucks. Thankfully for you, he's not pitching in the Yankees AAA stadium, which is now your home park, by the way. Thankfully, he's not on your team anymore. And Wu, who was just incredible, unhittable, like legitimately great in the beginning of the season until he got hurt, which, shocker, he gets hurt all the time. It's the worst thing about Brian Wu. Since he's come back, he's not looked the same. Still working back into it a little bit, has given up some runs. He came off a pretty decent start in his last outing. Before that, he was bad. Bad. And just like I've talked about fading Logan Gilbert when he's looked bad and it's worked, I want to fade Brian Wu tonight when he's been looking bad, and hopefully it works. Love the over in this game. We're seeing a juicy over now, minus 115 some places for the over 9.5. Would not have been shocked to see a total at 9 involving Brian Wu, especially since the first 2 games of the series soared under. Soared. Tonight we get our over. Tonight we get runs. The bullpens can't hold up. I think the A's had a lot of their good guys going last night. I don't know if we'll see them again tonight. That could be huge for the over in this game. I know the Mariners bullpen is good, but hopefully this game gets out of hand. It's not close, and you don't need to see the A bullpens. And in this park, that's not that hot of a take. Give me the over. Give me runs. Splits actually look sharp relatively for an over in a game played in Sacramento as well. So we'll take that as well. W's, and I really want to fade the Brian Wu earned run square. Springs just sucks. And that earned run square for Wu, looking at me funny. Give me the over. Give me runs.
I wonder if I haven't checked if this has happened this year, but I wonder if the Sacramento has the same thing like the Coors effect, where like if both the first 2 games go under, the last one goes over like 80% of the time.
80% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, that's the Coors thing. I haven't looked to see if that's even been a thing once in Sacramento. I'll probably have to go back and look, but same principles can apply, I guess.
Who did the Braves trade for, Billy the Kid? No way they're still buying. What are they doing?
Yeah. Remember we had this conversation when, I forget, somebody in chat was saying the Braves are going to be fine like 2 weeks ago? Sure.
What are they doing? I don't get it. They're like fucking 10 games out. Oh, no shit, Matt Gauthier.
I mean, they're really not.
When did I say they weren't?
They're only a game and a half above you guys, Krabs.
Wow, no comment on that.
Yeah.
Crazy though, and that's embarrassing. If I was a Braves fan, I'd be fucking embarrassed to celebrate in 1.5 games. Give me a fucking break. AL 100s coming in resubbing as well. 1 minute ago. Let's get after it, fellas. Yes, sir. AL 100s. Sure we can.
Shout out to AL.
Sure we can. Come on. All right, Jovan. Now I want to hear this team total over. Sell job, please.
Yes. We are fading Cal Quantrill today, Krabs, which Part of it, sure, is that the Cardinals are coming off of just a disgusting, filthy, filthy game where they got dominated by Sandy, which shout out Sandy because he's probably boosting his trade value for the next 24 hours. But he pitched well against them. And now you get to face Cal Quantrill, which he's very different for a couple of different reasons, Krabs. Do you know how terrible his splits are? I'm not talking home road, but against righties. Righties are hitting 349 against him, Krabs.
Yeah.
Well,
weird.
he's DeGrom against lefties, and they're only hitting 188. So when
weird.
you think about the Cardinals today, you're probably getting Brendan Donovan. You're probably getting Alec Burleson. Maybe you get Victor Scott at the bottom of the lineup. They could figure out what to do with him. But at the minimum, I'm pretty sure you're getting 6 righties in that lineup. So, I think a lot of them can pack a punch. And that doesn't even begin to think. Alec Burleson and Brendan Donovan are very tough at bats. And Victor Scott, he's not like a pure hitter by any means, but he's a slap hitter and can do whatever he wants at any given time. Could even bunt. So, God knows what you're going to get from him. But that is a tough lineup, I think, for Cal Quantrill to get through with all of those righties that not only are hitting from that side of the plate that he struggled mightily with, but they have a lot of success against the pitches that he throws to the right side of the plate. And we'll talk about, I guess, one of those guys. But Cal sneakily has been dialed in. He has like just over a 5 ERA on the season, but he's coming off of a string of mostly really good performances. He has that one blip start in Great American Ballpark where he gave up 5 to the Reds. But other than that, 5 innings, 1 run against the Brewers, who are one of the hottest teams in baseball right now. 6 shutout against the Royals, faced the Brewers again and didn't go very long, but only gave up 2 runs, 5 innings, 2 runs against the D-backs. He's been giving them solid outings, time in, time out. Yep. I think he gets shelled today. This reminds me very much of Brandon Pfaadt from yesterday. Wow. He does have the weird earned run square up, I guess, to back that same formula too. So I think the Cards, especially after getting dominated by Sandy, hop all over him today.
Okay. Super weird Cal nugget there. You're talking about how righties are
killing him. It's not just slightly better. A full 200-point difference is nuts.
That's not normal.
No.
Shoving against lefties, very Cal move for him. He's a contrarian on the mound. I'll give him that.
Yes.
Contrarian up there. And he has been on fire of late, at least for him. Could be a good time to fade after the Cardinals got shut out yesterday. I'm in. Lex said, to be fair, Cal is the most profitable pitcher. Yeah, because his team sucks, and every time he pitches, they're plus 180.
Yeah.
Today, they're only plus 120, though, because they've been playing better. Okay. Yeah, it helps in that sense when your team stinks, Lex Joseph, because you get a lot of plus signs next to your team when you're pitching, right? All right.
Yeah.
Let's groove. Been on his reverse splits matchup last few starts, and it's killed me. This might be the one. Jay Thorpe saying, okay, buy back in. Don't give up.
I think this is looking at all the, I guess, past matchups. I guess the Brewers have been the scariest matchup for him. Not so much, I guess, in terms of splits, but just pure team-wise that he's faced. I think this is the one that gets him because the Cardinals are weird too. Because remember we talked about this with Krabs, that the Cardinals are the only team good at hitting righties that doesn't hit the ball hard. Mm-hmm. So Cal's been great at generating soft contact. So the Cardinals, they do exactly that. So if I had to guess about how the start is going to go with Cal, I don't think he's going to give up Turk after Turk. I think he's going to give up soft base knock, oppo single after oppo single. That's going to be, I think, how they death by 1,000 paper cuts him.
I'm going to take a guess at what the most popular square on Prize Picks is today.
I knew it was Westberg before this. I don't know what it is now.
This will probably make you feel a little bit better about this play. Cal Quantrill, more than 3.5 strikeouts, demon. Most popular square on Prize Picks right now.
I feel like it's always the Cardinals, dude. The Cardinals are the Royals, but I feel like people even are somewhat hip to the Royals, but I don't understand why it's always against the Cardinals, dude. They're just, people act like they're the Rockies.
Matt Wallner, Nick. Sure he can. Matt Wallner. He's him. The reason why it's popular is because it looks like a normal chart, but it's a demon price, and people are just suckers for that. They're suckers.
Oh, it's a demon too?
Demon. Cal, more than 3.5 Ks. His normal line's at 3, also pretty popular, and that looks like the easiest play of the millennium. Of the millennium. Again, I would take a goblin, not a demon, a goblin less than 3.5 if they gave me that option for Cal, because I know he's going to end at 3 or less.
You could take a Cal and Michaelis combo square, which is at 6.5. 6.5 strikeouts.
Michaelis, his 3 strikeouts, low, but doesn't look as weird with the chart. Okay.
Yeah, he also just threw that gem that I think you pretty correctly called out against the Padres. So that's part of the reason, partly that, but partly the fact that they're like minus 160 that I chose not to involve Michaelis in this.
Surprised his total got down to 8.5. I thought it'd be moving the other way, but it did open up at 9, which is pretty high in a game
Yeah, I
involving.
do think I saw that there's some like wind coming in a little bit, which that definitely helps Michaelis, I guess, in theory. But again, I think they're going to knock base hit after base hit. I don't think they're going to beat Cal with power. So I could really care less about that.
Okay.
For him.
AB, I will talk closer to the mic. Hopefully that helps. Okay. All right, let's talk about some prize pick squares, huh? Hell yeah. I mentioned this one earlier. How about Zach Littell, who, if you look at the charts, I mean, it's just absurd. Jovan. Looks like one of the easier plays. Speaking of easy plays like that Cal strikeouts, one of the easier plays on the board. He gave up 10 hits in his last start, Jovan, to the Reds. Before that, he gave up 7 to the Quail Shadows. The Broke Boy O's. Gave up 7 hits. The game before that, 6 hits to the Tigers. He's got a 5.5 hits allowed square against the Yankees. The Yankees. Everybody's favorite team. Favorite offense. And the under is juiced on the books. Oh, I'm in. I'm sold. And knock on wood, had some pretty good luck with these hits allowed squares over the last 2 weeks. Cashed one again last week with Eric Fetty less than hits allowed. Nobody's talking about that. I know the earned runs didn't hit, but Eric Fetty less than hits allowed smacked. So I'm taking Zach Littell to go out there. And again, he's got some other contradicting squares, like his pitching outs, which make it seem like he might not go that long in this game, right? Yeah, it's completely green as well. Maybe that's a good thing for his less than hits allowed. They don't need to leave him out there that long. Go to the bullpen early if needed. 5.5 hits allowed. Super green after 10 hits, double digits in his last game. I'm legally obligated to lock in this less than hits allowed for Zach Littell.
Yeah, it's weird because like I feel like you've been cashing these hits allowed squares, and the guys have been getting rocked too. Like it's actually crazy. Yeah, walks are a thing, and they certainly could be a thing for Littell today.
Yep. All right. And then Brian Wu, this would be my favorite square, Rando. Brian Wu, more than earned runs allowed in a game I like the over in. Crazy chart. I think Wu gets hit up once again after a bounce-back start in his last outing. I want to fade Brian Wu tonight in a hitter-friendly park in a game I love the over in. Fading Brian Wu, keeping it simple. He's not looked like himself coming back from this injury, and I want to make some money off of it. More than 2.5 earned runs allowed.
Sure. Of course, I'm in on that. Give us some runs there finally.
Good.
And Tucker,
all right,
Tucker Jet,
I
guess this is also for you, but Zach Littell is at 6.5 hits allowed all the time. It's very common. So the fact that he's 5.5 in Yankee Stadium, maybe a little telling. Leash also might be a little short.
Yeah, that pitching out square tells me he's getting yanked after 5.
Yeah. He's also, I mean, in some trade talks too. So maybe they protect him ever so slightly.
Okay. Good. I appreciate those nugs. Okay. Dubs, let's go to your squares and see what you're cooking up over there, Jovan.
I do think one of the Yanks that's going to get him now.
I mean, come on, dude. What are we doing?
One of the Yanks that's going to get him does happen to be named Trent Grisham.
What are we doing?
I've already seen it, Krabs. I've already seen it. Which Littell against lefties is super off-speed heavy. So like he doesn't throw like against righties. He tries to, I guess, locate a sinker like low and away, and it works a lot of the time. But against these lefties, he's very off-speed heavy. And Trent Grisham hasn't been the best off-speed hitter, but he's been extremely unlucky, at least as far as sliders come, because he's hitting them really hard and haven't had anything to show for him. This is the guy that I think is going to inflict some damage. And I also think he's probably going to be hitting up high today. Looking at some of his squares and some of the prices for his squares, he has like a super weird run square, which is probably going to get a little less weird once they announce the lineup, and he's probably going to be up there at the 1 spot or 2 spot. But I think this is set up perfectly for him to be the guy that hurts him, and the rest of the lineup can do what the rest of the lineup may. But I do think Littell is going to go up some runs today, and maybe it's not all off of base hits, but the guy that I do think is getting one of maybe the 4 he gives up for your square is Grisham. Then he's going to come around and score. So I'm with him. And then I'm also with Mason Wynn. Had to pick a righty, I guess. And Mason Wynn, I picked him because he, like, if you've watched him lately, really all season, but especially lately, like his off speed, he's been pulling off speed with power, which Cal has had, especially against righties, a big problem with, I don't know, getting that off speed that he tries to get into some guys. He doesn't really pitch it outside to righties too much, but they pull it for power, and that's a big time issue. So if I'm Cal, including the fact that, like, I don't like to use BVP, but when it's incredibly relevant for like the pitches I think somebody's going to see, I like to use it. Mason Wynn faced Cal and Coors last year with the Rockies. He had 2 of 3 hits on him. Really could have been really close to 3, but he pitched him in with a lot of off speed, and he got 2 singles off of that. If I'm Cal Quantrill today, what am I going to do? I'm probably going to try and feed his, which, funny enough, he throws a cutter like 90% of the MLB does now. Throws a little cutter and sinker towards the outside and make him go the opposite way. The thing about Mason Wynn, though, if you watched him lately and really all season, he is extremely comfortable now, which is a big change with like pulling the off speed with power, but also sitting on the fastball and sending it either up the middle or to the opposite field. So I feel like you're going to get that approach really all the at-bats against Cal, and I think he knocks a couple of them and gets multiple hits against Cal. And then obviously the upside's there on the base paths too if he really wants to. But I think he's gonna. This is like death by 1,000 paper cuts. Mason Wynn's like the poster child for that in this matchup for me.
I'm in. Obviously, I have my thoughts about Trent Grisham, although I will give you the chart. Looks a little nasty, right? But I'm certainly in for the Mason Wynn square, and I did lock in both in two pieces here. I didn't want to do a 4-piece with Littell and Grisham involved, so I split them up, and I did Littell with Mason Wynn and Woo with Grisham.
There you go.
Pieces.
I've already seen the Grisham base hit, and probably it's either Jazz or McMahon taking Littell to the shed.
Okay. I'd be pretty pissed if it was Jazz. So if it's your guy, Grisham. Okay.
That'd be great. Could
All
just be a leadoff nuke and Littell's
side. Yeah. Could help him settle in. All right. W Prize Picks Talk, W Squares, W Sharp Report, and W Chat. W Chat. Okay, and again, if you join late, unfortunately, no BTL, at least from me tomorrow. I have to go to Commander's Minicamp tomorrow. So very excited for that, and will not be on stream. Maybe Jovan will run something or do a spaces or play some college football or something.
Yeah, we'll probably play some college football. Because I mean, there's tomorrow we have Rays Yankees at noon, Braves Reds at 6, Rangers Mariners at 8:40. That's it. It's a whole slate. Plus CFL and Hall of Fame game, obviously. But there's not an hour and a half worth of stuff anyway. But we'll have some sort of stream.
All right. Yeah, Barrios is going to go over fantasy score, even though he gave up a home run and 3 runs in the first inning. Cannot make it up. That's one of those you just charge it. You chalk it to the game there. Chaco, good to see you lurking in the chat. W Camp. Apparently, Chaco is going to try to hook it up tomorrow at camp. Try to reserve Krabs a suite on the field. We'll see. Chaco, you would be absolutely him. You'd be him times 10 if you make that happen, my man. Okay? Appreciate you, Chaco, either way. All right. Let's move. Let's groove. Let's go to Pickett Pro. W Pickett Pro. If you guys aren't using Pickett Pro, what are you doing? And also Pickett at the Park this weekend if you're local in the New York area and you want to link up with the squad. Maybe you want to meet Bookit with Trent, get a picture with them. Maybe you want to meet LC, Preston, Jovan, Rav. The whole fucking squad is going to be up there for Pickett at the Park on Saturday for the Astros and Yankees game. You're right. It's next weekend. It's not this coming weekend. It's the following weekend. Great call, August 9th. And it's also Old Timers Day for the second year in a row. We're going up there for Pickett at the Park for Old Timers Day, which is hilarious. You got a bunch of people walking around the stadium dressed as geezers. A lot of old people coming out to the park to celebrate the old Yankees and all their championships they won, 100 years ago when they think it matters for some reason. So W Pickett at the Park, very excited for that. I think we're chilling in left field. I know Pickett keeps tweeting out this section. And yes, next weekend, not this upcoming weekend, Pickett at the Park. And I think we're going to Billy's before the game as well for a couple pregame cocktails. Sure.
Yep.
W. And W Pickett. W Pickett Pro. Jovan, let's look at some other games here that have not started yet. Got a couple games starting up in like 20 minutes. Cubs and Brewers. Any thoughts on the Cubs and the Brew Crew game?
I mean, I would love to go back to the Cubs. I just don't bet on Shoto. I don't do it. But if there were a day to do it, probably would do it today. But I'm good. I don't think I'm much lower on Shoto than the general population, especially against a really good lineup.
Any thoughts on Wentz versus Zerpa? Game of night, Braves Royals?
That is just a horrific matchup. You know you're probably going to see at some point in that game, Krabs. You're probably going to see Dallas Keuchel.
Oh, Lord.
I believe, I could be wrong. I think they called him up because they DFA'd Rich Hill. I don't know if they DFA'd him or sent him down, but he's marinating either in the minors or somewhere.
I might have a PB Square view in this game, Krabs.
Wow. Hold that thought, because I want to hook up Nico here in the chat, and then we're going to get to Goots' POD here. Very excited for that. He's asking, could he get 2 of our favorite plays, one of each of us, on the books, Jovan, for a birthday parlay 2-piece? W. Nico, happy birthday, my man. Thank you for holding it down in the YouTube chat. You're him. Yes, we can certainly do that.
Huge.
Jovan, my favorite play today, I think it's that nasty under in the Rockies and Guardians game. No fun, but it's a winner.
Wow.
Yep.
Compare that with the Rangers ML.
Okay,
Valdi,
Rangers ML, Rockies,
Valdi
Guardians.
saved the sweep.
They avoid the sweep, you're saying?
Yeah, Valdi to save the sweep.
Okay. Rockies guards under 8, and the Rangers on the money line. Goots, very excited. What is the square of year you have in this game?
It's fading someone on my fans team that, has been seeing beach balls. Michael Harris.
Wow, for the first time in years, Michael Harris is seeing beach balls, huh?
Seeing them.
Excuse me. They moved him up to 4th on the lineup today against a lefty.
You okay over there? Are you choked up because you're so happy and excited we're doing PL right now?
Hold on, give me a second.
Okay. Goots down, folks. Goots down.
Had to let that out. He's up for 7.5 fantasy score, high as ma, and he's also up for a regular square strikeout. They're green charts. He's been unbelievable out of the break, and moved him up to 4th cleanup today. Lights might be bright.
Lights might be a little too bright. And yes, that strikeout square is red, which is good because we want to take him to strike out.
Yep.
And the fantasy score is green as ma.
You can pick which one you want if you want to fade him, but that's the little nugget there.
Okay. I like that, Goots. And I'm going to get involved. I'm down to fade Michael Harris. Sure. All right. Jovan, sorry, any other thoughts in Braves and Royals or no?
Nah, the game is just unbelievable. Those pitchers, even though caught Joey Wentz.
Wow. Are you a Joey Wentz guy?
I'm monitoring very closely with what the Braves are doing with him. He's been solid since they brought him up there, and he drastically changed his pitch mix. So I think it kind of works. But we'll see. Give it a couple more outings.
All right, let's move on to the next game here, because I do have some thoughts actually on this one. Pittsburgh and San Fran. What if I told you I liked the Pirates team total under, and I liked the Giants team total over?
Then you should probably take Giants -1.5.
Okay. Giants -1.5. Logan Webb shoves, and Burrows coming off a game that, by the way, let me remind people, craziest game of all time. And thank you, Rowdy, in the chat for bringing this one up a couple times last week. In his last start, Jovan, the game was 0-0 through 10 innings, not 9. Not just going to extras. Through 10. It was Burrows' game of his fucking life, dude. And I want to fade Burrows, and I want to take his more than 4.5 hits allowed. And then I'm looking at Logan Webb squares. I know he's been dog shit, but he's facing the Pirates today, bless their hearts. He's at home. He's coming off a bad home start. Last time I've seen Logan Webb have 2 back-to-back bad home starts, I think I was in the womb. Wasn't even born yet. Doesn't happen. Giants -1.5.
I'm in on that.
W Pickett Pro here as well. You guys can check out the splits. If you guys are not using Pickett Pro and you bet on sports every day, people are saying you might have lost your fastball. Go check out Pickett Pro. Do the free trial. See if you want to keep it. Okay? Yeah, Jovan, I like the Giants -1.5.
Sure.
All right. Thoughts on Dodgers Reds? I want to take Shohei more than 1.5 earned runs allowed.
Yes. It's mandatory. Mandatory.
Good. Okay. Anything else in that game? Reds ML for the vibes?
I mean, you got Trent saying he's incredibly confident in Shohei hitting a nuke today with him on the mound. Reds might splooge.
If only you could fade. If only they made some sort of special square for Shohei that you could just fade him overall when he pitches. You could fade his combined fantasy score. Wouldn't that be something? I would do it.
I don't know if you want to do that because I think unlike Glass now yesterday, he's probably racking up Ks for as long as he's in there, even if he gives up some runs. But I don't know how it would work out.
Everybody in chat is spamming check Trent's tweets. Okay. He says, oh my gosh, you can take 2 plays for 1 player now on Prize Picks? No shot. Jovan. That means I could fade his pitcher fantasy score, although you're saying don't do it, and I hear you. So we'll talk about it. And his hitter fantasy score. Did you see this tweet?
That could be the difference.
Wow.
You know,
that's a game changer, folks. You could Mo's stack a player now on Prize Picks. Okay.
For 2.5 regular basis.
Oh.
And he has no pitcher fantasy score.
Okay. That is insane. If you were to take a Shohei hitting fade, would it be his less than total bases? Would it be his less than fantasy score? What do you think?
I think those are probably the only 2 options, right?
Yep, they are.
I mean, I would probably just take his fantasy score.
Okay.
I think there's more ways for him to get. Is there? I'm trying to think of what. Is there more ways for him to get one and not the other? I guess with 2.5 bases.
Sorry about the mic going in and out. Sorry, Bruce. I'll probably just fade the 2 squares that Trent put in the tweet.
Yeah, you could take just add in there for a good little Reds piece. We'll bounce it up and moving.
Add in there for a little what piece? Sorry.
So a little extra Reds piece for the SGP. We'll bounce it.
Yeah.
To Mars.
Okay. Is half a TD?
Has to be.
Okay. You think Shohei gets 5 Ks though, Jovan? Really?
I don't know how long he's going to be in there, but that's probably the one thing I wouldn't want to fade, especially after Glasnow just sold the world yesterday.
Okay. It's the only pitching square you can fade, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess you might not have an option.
All right, we'll talk about it. W's. Any other baseball games that we have not talked about? I think we got to every single one. Let's go. Sure.
I think we missed. Might have missed one, Krabs.
Oh, we did, but we're not talking about that one, folks. Nope. Any thoughts on that game?
I mean, Goots was saying that the worst pitcher in the mound's taking the field, and it ain't Gusto in that game.
It ain't Gusto, and that's getting no love.
Here we go.
Future Cubs pitcher Mackenzie Gore on bump.
He's gonna look good in those blue
He's gonna
pinstripes.
look real good in those.
It's just.
It's literally just. It's just. On that note, Goots, if you're around, if you're local, if you have a minute, Goots, you have a minute? Run that shit. I'm trying to see that shit. Goots is on fire. Oh my gosh. Everybody in chat giving you your flowers. Can't make it up. Can't make it up.
Goots dropping knock.
You spent this much time and energy on your own team. Maybe they win games. They're about to blow this game to the fucking Toronto Blue Jays right now as we speak. They're about to blow it. Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer's dog shit.
Krabs,
Oh,
it takes zero energy to trip from that. Zero.
Tell the chat what you told me about Dean Kramer and that trade. I want the chat to hear how fleeced the Orioles got and how fucking dumb their GM was.
The reason I thought about it and brought it up is because Manny hit a nuke last night and I was watching it. But the best player we got out of the Manny deal to the Dodgers was Dean Kramer.
That's just horrid.
You traded Manny Machado to the Dodgers, and the best player you got in that haul is
5
Dean
prospects.
Kramer. You got
Dean Kramer.
5 guys, burgers and fries, and the best one you got is Dean Kramer, Goots. Please.
Sorry, I don't know what to say. That was it.
Please. Thank you. Kramer is calamari meat. Yep.
Well, he has before this game, he had a 2 ERA against AL East. So he's been pretty good.
You just give up another run as we speak, and it's now 3-3.
Yep.
Thanks, Goots. All right, let's move. Let's groove. Let's cash the squad ride today. I mean, we got our 2 favorite plays already. My nasty under and the Rangers ML. Are we starting with those as a base?
I feel like we should, yeah.
Okay. So we got the Rockies Guardians under 8. We've got the Rangers on the money line, folks. I also really like the Cardinals, dude, from you.
I mean, yeah. You know I'm in.
I can't stop thinking about the Cardinals. We put them in there as well.
Yes.
Okay. I think we just roll with those 3 for today.
I'm in.
Okay. 3 plays, 3 winners, chat. You got 2 minutes to lock in your squad ride vote. Hurry up. Go. We do have the Surge stream right after this as well. Sure. Get involved. 3 plays, 3 winners. 3 plays, 3 winners. Rockies Guards under 8. The Rangers on the money line. The Cardinals team total over 4.5. Excuse me. 3 plays, 3 winners. Click for your favorite one. Click on the one you know is turning green. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. 3 plays, 3 winners. Rockies Guards under 8. We've got the Rangers on the money line and the Cardinals team total over 4.5. I'm voting for Jovan's Cardinals team total over 4.5 because I want the winner, and that's the play that felt the most right to me. That's the play I think is turning green. Cardinals team total over 4.5. Fuck Cal.
Fuck Cal.
And fuck the O's and fuck the Rays. Yep. As I take the Rays today, and I took the O's earlier today in that parlay video.
Yeah, you literally bet on both teams today.
Contrarian at heart. It's not a bit. People think it's a bit. It's not a bit. It's real life. 3 plays, 3 winners, folks. Rockies, Guardians under 8, which is just disgusting. I'm actually surprised it's getting that many votes. I'm impressed. Maybe chat knows that's a fucking winner. You got the Rangers on the money line, which is just running away with the poll. And Cardinals team total over 4.5, fading Cal Quantrill. Billy the Kid thinks we're sweeping today. I agree. We got Estemico coming in resubbing. What's up, goats? Let's hit a fucking squad ride tonight. Estemico, why not us? 2 words. Why not us? Let's smack a squad ride tonight, please. Please. Okay? Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go. And again, we do have the Surge stream starting up right after this. Please stick around and please pitch Trent a winner. And please give a good sell job so he has to tail it and lock it in. Okay? Get involved. Nice try, Clutch. I was not born yesterday. I'm actually 26. I'm not a newborn infant. You got to be much sharper than that, okay?
It's a sneaky one from Clutch.
It was. I thought about it for a second, and then I moved on. How about the Rangers on the money line? Sure.
Can't push this time.
Look, let's back Evaldi. He's not a guy you want to be fading. If anything, you back him. Let's back him again tonight. Rangers on the ML to avoid a sweep. I'm in.
Sure.
W's. WBTL today, Jovan. W Goots. Even with all the bullshit going on, you killed it. As always, and W chat. Unbelievable this week. It's been the toughest week of my life on this show because of that stupid counter right up here. Let's keep it at 4. Sure. Right? No more giveaways. I'm gonna be fucking broke. All right, chat. I'll catch you guys on Friday. Stay posted for Jovan and Goots' potential BTL stream tomorrow. I'll be at the Commanders minicamp, and we'll catch you guys same time, same place.